The state legislature is done for the year, barring a call for a special session later in the year.
And several bills are now waiting on the governor's desk for her to sign or reject.
Let's hit some of the key points of the session with Assemblyman Al Stirpe, who's here. Thanks for joining us so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I want to get to all that Albany business in a minute, but we know that the House just passed the president's big budget bill with tax cuts and a lot of spending cuts. I know a lot of people are going to get hit hard in New York State, and they're going to look to Albany and say, can you help us? How much can you help us? How much can the state do?
The state's not going to be able to do, a tremendous amount. We just passed a $256 billion budget. That's a big budget. And, we had to operate as if everything was normal because we didn't know what the numbers would be. So I think we did a lot of good for a lot of people, but you can't make up what the federal government can fund. I mean, we're a donor state. We give more than we get back. And we're really, I'm afraid, going to suffer because of what's happened. We can do some very targeted things, and we'll focus on probably health care, food insecurity, maybe housing, but just the real basics of keeping people alive, basically.
A lot to come. Let's talk about some of those wins that you think came from this session on the state level. What would you say are one or two that you're really most proud of?
Well, as far as Central New York goes, there were two big wins. One was we got Upstate Hospital the $450 million they needed to build a new annex. They'll have operating rooms, moving the burn center there, and a complete new emergency department. I mean, the ED at Upstate right now is so old and so small. This will more than double the number of rooms.
Yeah, I think anybody who's been there knows that. Are there any pieces of legislation passed by both houses that you think ought to be signed by the governor? They're on her desk right now.
Well, one that I definitely know because I passed it was an alcohol bill. It's called Retail to Retail. People don't know that if a restaurant or a bar runs out of a bottle of liquor, they can't go to the liquor store and buy it. They have to wait until the shipment comes from the wholesaler. So that's every week or every 2 weeks that they stop. But because people need to operate their businesses, they've been doing this illegally for many, many years. And the wholesalers don't seem to mind it because they sort of got their thumb on these people. But if you get caught, you have a disgruntled employee who you just fired, they'll call the SLA and say, we went and bought 2 bottles of Makers, last week, $2,500 fine.
They gotcha.
And, the thing I wanted to do is help the smallest businesses. They can't really afford to get a big fine like that. So that's one.
Got one more, because I want to get to a couple of your big events coming up. But you got one more you want to mention?
The other thing that I want to make sure goes through is the passage of the elimination of the 100-foot rule. Currently, what happens if you're a new housing development or you build a new house in a neighborhood and you're within 100 feet of a gas line, you don't have to pay for the hookup. What happens is that cost goes in to build the rates so that every other ratepayer is actually paying for it. We're trying to transition away from fossil fuels to electricity, and one of the things that'll help that is if you have to make a decision, okay, I can spend this much to get a gas line, or I can spend this much to have all electric.
All right, let's get to your events. I signed up for this one, the electronic junk.
Yeah.
You're taking it. Tell us about that.
Well, we've done this at least once, sometimes twice a year. Electronics recycling, we partner with a company called Sun King out of Brockport, and they come in. We usually get over 2,000 cars will show up because we have so much junk in this country, basically. People don't know what to do with it. But I've always thought if you give people the opportunity to do the right thing, they'll do the right thing. Make it easy. So we do this, You can bring televisions, stereos, tablets, monitors, electronic video games, cell phones, audio video equipment, fitness trackers, music players, GPS.
But you have to sign up.
You
correct?
do. You have to sign up. You can, you'll see it. It's all over Facebook right now. I also have it on my website. You know, you can call my office at 315-452-1115, and we'll sign you up.
What's the date?
The date is Saturday, July 12th, so it's coming up pretty soon.
Okay.
And hopefully we can get that filled up.
Okay.
And
let's talk about your other one quickly.
The blood drive, because there's a critical need for blood this summer.
Right. This is our 19th annual, you can see how much gray hair I have, 19th annual Lifesavers Blood Drive at Drivers Village. That's going to happen on Tuesday, July 15th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Again, you should go sign up. However, if you don't sign up, but you're willing to come, we take walk-ins.
Beautiful.
We have live music from local talent from 10 until 8. You know, you got Ronnie Lee, Colin Aberdeen.
It's a party.
It's basically a party. Lots of prizes. So it's worthwhile to come.
Yeah, and you make it easy and convenient for everybody. They're very convenient locations.
Right.
And for the recycling event, I've done it. You're in and out. It really is.
It's like
very
10 minutes probably.
10 minutes,
That's about it. Because we have 8 or 10 lanes we'll put you through.
Fantastic.
Just watch for me. I'm waving like crazy.
There you go. There you go.
Just wave to Al.
Al, thank you so much for stopping by. Best of luck with all those things.